Wow, Gwen, you look really busy but also very excited. What is happening in our service today?
Hello, Kids Church is happening in church itself this week, and children are coming in a few minutes' time. If you are at home now watching us, it's okay. You can still join us next week.
Oh, does it mean that we will be continuing our series, busy building series in church? Wait. I think it's build the church?
Hello, Teacher Kenny. Our series is called Busy Bible Builders. Okay, it's our second week in this series. I hope you are as excited as us. But first, let's join the praise and worship now.
Let's go!
No matter how dark, night or day, God's love helps me not to be afraid. No matter how high a mountain I see, God's love is bigger and it makes me wanna sing. I know no matter what, God loves me. 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 And now my hands are clapping, and now my feet are dancing. No matter what, I'm loved because God loves me. No matter the tears I may cry, God's love is still here and I'll be alright. And when it's hard to say goodbye and I just don't wanna do it, God's love is what I got and He will help me through it. I know no matter what, God loves me. 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 And now my hands are clapping, and now my feet are dancing. No matter what, I'm loved because God loves me. And jump up and get down, and jump up and get down, and dance around, dancing all around. And jump up and get down, and jump up and get down, and dance around, dancing all around. Yeah. Woo! No matter what, God loves me and God loves you. Say, I know no matter what, God loves me. 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 And now my hands are clapping, and now my feet are dancing. No matter what, I'm loved because God loves me. And now my hands are clapping, and now my feet are dancing. No matter what, I'm loved because God loves me.
When I'm in the roughest water, I won't go under, I won't drown. When I'm in over my head, I know that you won't let me down. When I'm broken and down to nothing, I know that you are always up to something good. I know that you are always up to something good. You'll make a way, whatever it takes. There's nothing your love won't endure. I know that you are always up to something good.
Wow, that's such a wonderful time of worship. Now it's time for our lesson. Are you ready? If so, let's do the action that Topher has taught us. 3, 2, 1. Topher the gopher, 1, 2, 3. Digs a hole right under me. Slowly I start sinking down until I'm sitting on the ground. Hey kids, I'm so glad you are here for another week of Busy Bible Builders. Today, we are going to get busy building another big Bible story with blocks again.
So today's true Bible story is going to teach us that God made everything and it's very good. That's our big idea for today. Let's say it together.
God made everything and it's very good.
It's true. God made everything and it's very good. In fact, that's what our memory verse tells us. Let me teach it to you. God saw everything He made and it was very good. Genesis 1 verse 31. Let's do it together.
God saw everything He made and it was very good. Genesis 1 verse 31.
Good. I guess you are all ready for the Bible story.
Have you ever worked really hard on building something? So imagine you have worked all day long building this Lego tower and you have added block by block to make it taller and taller. And then you think to yourself, wow, this is such a beautiful tower that I've ever built. And then you went out of your room and call your mommy, Mommy, I want you to come and see my tall tower.
And guess what? When you're gone, your little sister came into your room and knocked it down. You just imagine you built something so beautiful and then someone just ruined it. How do you feel, Teacher Kenny?
I feel really sad and also very angry.
This is kind of what happened in today's true Bible story. In today's story, God built something so beautiful, but Adam and Eve ruined it. If you're ready to hear that story, I want you to wiggle your fingers in the air.
So, in the very beginning of time, God created the whole world and it was good. So let's get busy building. Let's find block number 1 so that we can see God's best creation. Can you tell me who was the first 2 people that God created? Yes, that's right. Adam and Eve was the first 2 people that God created. God put them in a very special garden called Garden of Eden. He gave them one very important rule to follow. God told Adam and Eve, you may eat fruit from all the trees in the garden, but you may not eat the fruit from a special tree in the middle of the garden. If you eat this fruit from the tree, you will surely die. Adam and Eve were carefully to obey God's rule. But then, one single day, a strange visitor arrived. Who do you think that would be?
Let's find out in our next story block. Can you find the second block for me? Oh, this one. Okay, so one day, a sneaky snake slithered up to Eve. And the snake lied to her and said, you won't die if you eat the fruits from the special tree. God is just jealous. He knows you'll become like Him if you eat the fruit. But it wasn't true. Eve believed the sneaky snake's lie and wanted to be like God.
Let's find out our next story block. Can you find the third block? What do you see in this picture? What do you think is happening? Yes, Eve picked a piece of fruit from the special tree that God said that they cannot eat. It took a bite of the fruit. It tasted so good. Eve gave it to Adam and he took a bite too. Suddenly they felt something they've never felt before. they felt sadness and they feel very embarrassed because they have no clothes on.
So let's find out in our next story block. Can you find the fourth block? What do you think is happening in this picture? Adam and Eve quickly pick up some leaves and sew the leaves together like clothes so they wouldn't be naked anymore. Naked means you are not wearing anything. When God saw them wearing clothes, He knew what had happened. So God said to them, "Did you eat the special fruit that I said not to eat?" Adam pointed at Eve. "She made me do it." And Eve quickly pointed at the sneaky snake and said, "He made me do it." But God knew that no one made them do it. They themselves have made their own bad choice.
Wow, let's find out our story from our last block. Can you find the fifth block? What do you see in this picture? What do you think is happening? It was a very sad day. God's amazing creation has been ruined because of Adam and Eve's bad choices. Now the world was filled with sadness and sickness and a lot of hurt. And because of that, they could no longer live in the beautiful garden.
So, in today's True Bible story, Adam and Eve sinned. Can you say sin with me? Yeah. When you sin, that means that you disobey God and do something bad. We all sin sometimes. Your daddy and mommy sin, your grandma and grandpa sin, you sin, and I sin too. Can you think of some bad things that we have done before? Maybe we can look at the picture cards Teacher Kenny is holding and we will find out whether it's a good choice or a bad choice, okay? So the first one is a child scolding a mommy. So for example, when you go to a toy shop, you saw your favorite toy, and then your mommy said that you have a lot of toys already and you don't get to buy. So you were not really happy about it, and you said that I don't like you, mommy. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? That is a bad thing. So that is a sin, right? Okay, what about the next one? The next one is reading books together. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? That is a good thing, right? So, okay, the next one. Oh, the next one is snatching toys with your friends in school. So for example, both of you want to play the same toys and you said, I want first, and your friend said, I also want first. Is that a good thing or a bad thing if you snatch with your friends? That is a bad thing. So that's also a sin. What about the next one? Oh, the next one is fighting or punching your friends. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? That is a bad thing, right? So you have another dark spot on your heart. So this is what happens to our heart when we do bad things. Sin makes our heart become so dark and icky. But do you think that God will stop loving us when our heart is so dark and icky with sin?
No, because God loved the world so much He gave us His one and only Son. So who is God's Son? God's Son is Jesus. That's right. When we ask Jesus to forgive us, He wipes away our sin. Doesn't this look much better? When we ask Jesus to forgive us, He wipes away the sins in our heart. And when your heart is wiped clean by Jesus, you can live with Him in heaven someday.
Even though sin ruined God's beautiful creation, God made everything and it is very good.
Hey, that looks like it's our big idea. Let's practice telling our friend Topher the gopher the big idea before we tell our parents. Okay or not? Let's call and look for him.
Alright, so
Topher! Topher! Where are you?
Oh, looks like Topher is asleep again. Let's wake him up a little bit louder this time. In a count of 3, let's all shout, Topher the gopher, wake up, okay?
1, 2, 3. Topher the gopher, wake up!
Hey, what's the big idea?
God made everything and it's very good.
Oh, that is a big idea. Thanks for telling me. Goodbye.
Bye! Now that we have told Topher the gopher the big idea, let us pray together and thank God for wiping our sins. Can you repeat after me? Alright. Dear God, you created the world so beautiful. I'm sorry to disobey you. Please forgive me and wipe away my sins. And everybody say, Amen!
So that's all for this week, children.
Bye! Can you find the third block? What?